Windows Phone supports a number of technologies and languages to build your applications. There are generally two types of apps you can make for Windows Phone. The first are applications that are built using Windows User Interface components. These are from the .NET framework, and you typically build the layout for your application using a language called XAML. XAML is a tag-based language, similar to HTML, where you create the layout or view of your application. Each of the tags in XAML map to a component, element, or a class in the language. To get these various components to work and interact with data and the user interaction, you need to create logic in your code, which is done with a code behind file that is linked to the XAML file. This pair is pretty consistent when you're building apps for Windows Phone, and can be done with a number of languages, including C#, which we are going to use in this course. You can also use Visual Basic. The other type of app is a DirectX application that is typically used to create 3D games. Because of hardware and kernel updates between Windows Phone 7 and 8, you can now create DirectX games that work with native hardware. These apps are made using C++. You may also notice the phrase XNA appear within Visual Studio if you've been poking around. XNA is an older game development framework that was used to create games for Windows Phone 7. It is maintained in the 8.0 SDK for consistency, but Microsoft's guidance is to migrate to DirectX and C++ for game development in the future. In addition to these first-party development technologies, there are a number of third-party and cross-platform frameworks you can use to build apps for Windows Phone 8. Some of these include PhoneGap and Unity. PhoneGap uses HTML and JavaScript to build applications. PhoneGap Build, a cloud-based compilation service, supports Windows Phone 8 projects. Unity, a popular game development platform, has announced plans to support Windows Phone 8 as well, allowing people to port games from iOS, Android, Xbox 360, PS3, and Wii U to Windows Phone as well. So as you can see, there are a lot of technologies that are available for you to use with Windows Phone 8. For this project, we'll use C# and XAML to build our app. In the next section, we'll cover in depth what we are going to make and how it will be made and the steps involved. Then it's off to coding.